What's going on, guys? CKD once a big video, and today we are going to be finally reviewing, finally reacting to, finally listening to Frank Ocean's long-awaited album called Boys Don't Cry originally, and then it was Endless, and then now it is finally the actual album we got, which was Blond. Now this, lead up to this release, has been a long time coming. You Frank Ocean fans know very well how long this has been. There was also some weird things about there's going to be three, like there was going to be Endless, and then this album, and then another one apparently, but I don't think the other one's going to happen. I feel like that would be, kind of overkill. But, yeah, we got a Frank Ocean album, guys, it happened. So today, we're going to be reviewing it, going over it, you know how we do on the channel, and we're going to be going to track 1, Nikes, track 1, Nikes.
Let you guys prophesy.
Okay. Debut track for Blonde. That was good. That was actually really good. That was good. I like the nice intro to it at a very, good. This is a very strong intro to the album in my opinion. I feel like it was very good. I like the slow pace to the song. It kind of added kind of a I'm not sure if it's setting a direct tempo to the album because we haven't gone through it, but I believe that it was just what it needed, a nice slow introduction to him being gone for 5 years. It's fine, whatever. but I like how the whole type of song kind of had like a late night feel to it. It was definitely more like a late night feel, so I definitely did enjoy that. And also they said shout out to Trayvon, even though he looks like me. It's true. Amen. Trayvon reps up. But the one thing that kind of threw me off about this song was that just in the beginning half of the song, he has his auto tune, and that was kind of. I would have much rather heard him just his voice how it usually is, because he has a great voice overall. But he did that auto tune, which I kind of can understand, but wasn't really my cup of tea. But by the end half of the song, he switches out the auto tune and goes into his regular voice, and as per usual, it sounds great. And he says a little quote here that I caught on to was, "I'm not him, but I mean something to you." So there's definitely some serious vibes in this song, especially with him talking about Trayvon Martin and stuff like that. So there's some very serious tones in this song, and I really did enjoy it. It was a good album. I mean, good album, right? I mean, might as well just say good album. But no, it was a really good track. It was very strong. Now we're gonna go on to track 2, Ivy. Track 2, Ivy.
I couldn't see you coming. The start of nothing new. I could hate you now. It's quite alright.
Track 2, Ivy, right? I like the title of this song. Can I get Poison Ivy? It talks about love, and sometimes you might go into, you might see somebody, you might fall in love with them, and then they end up being bad for you in the end of the day. Kind of like how poison ivy sometimes looks like it's a regular fruit, looks like something that you can eat, something that is nutritious, going to help you survive in the wild, and then it ends up giving you a rash and potentially killing you. I like that. I like that title. I like when songs don't directly say the title of the song in the song, rather the song explains the title. I love that. But this track, I'd say, is very relatable. I feel like it's gonna be something that a lot of people attach to, and a lot of people that are gonna like, just because of how relatable it is. And there's an effect that he uses in this song that makes his voice sound like an echo. It's a pretty common effect. I just forgot what it's called, but I love that, man. I love that effect. I love how he uses it in this song. He kind of uses the echo effect to kind of highlight certain parts of the song that he's trying to make sure that people listen to, that people that they catch up on on this one line that he's trying to say or whatever. I definitely did enjoy it. And the not necessarily talking about his physical voice in this track, but just the way he's talking and the contents of the track, it makes him really do sound like a matured version of himself from Channel Orange, right? He sounds like, he has been through some things in these past 5 years. Like, he has experienced some things that he probably hasn't. You know what I'm saying? It just sounds like, it kind of sounds like, how I put it in my head, it's kind of like what I feel like this album is probably going to be, right, is Channel Orange was more him, kind of up in the clouds, sitting up on top of the roof, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of living life, in a more lighter fashion, right? But then maybe he experienced pain, he fell off that roof, and now, he's very much grounded, right? He's very much grounded in things that are real and things, that he's talking about in this album. And that's what I feel is going to be this album's going to be, going onward. I feel like this is going to be definitely a more grounded Frank Ocean we're going to be seeing, as opposed to the more, lighthearted type of content, you would say, in Channel Orange. And the one line I liked was that, like, I thought I was dreaming when you said you love me. That's something that people are going to definitely relate to. And, man, Frank sounds so good, man. Frank sounds so good in this track. I miss Frank. Frank, yeah, I know you did us wrong by making us wait the years. I went through my whole entire high school career without a new song from you. I just like to point that out. But I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back, bro. All right, going to track 3. Pink plus white. Track 3, pink plus white.
Me. If you could fly, then you'd feel south. Up north's getting cold soon. The way it is, we're on land, so I'm someone.
Pink plus white. Now this song, it talked about how, I don't even know how to describe this song, to be honest. Like I don't hate the song. It's not that I hate it. It's just, okay, here's what I'll explain. I was reading a tweet last night from my boy Omega Pro. I reviewed his album. Make sure to check that out in my channel. I reviewed his album. But Omega Pro was tweeting that, like, this album will kind of, like, it takes you on a journey, right? And it kind of, like, is a weird journey, you know what I'm saying? But that's how I kind of feel after listening to this track, right? Like, it's not like it's bad at all. I love the track, and especially love the instrumental. That instrumental is superb, you know what I'm saying? But this very much sounds like a Channel Orange track. Like, if this was on Channel Orange, it would fit right in, right? It would fit right in. So I think that's why I'm getting thrown off here, just because that this song doesn't sound anything like the last two. I think that's why I was so kind of caught off guard. And I didn't write a lot of notes for this track, but not that it was bad. That's definitely one of those tracks where I need to go over again. That's one of those tracks that I need to review it, like, not review it, but, like, listen to it again and then get a better, feel of the song. But I definitely like the song, and there was parts where he was talking about being by a poolside and then, like, seeing all the kids jump from the roof, and it's like, kind of like how I said, like, oh, so, like, he literally is kind of grounded, you know what I'm saying? Like, he is actually on the ground there watching kids do what he used to do, kind of like how I described, in the last track that, Channel Orange, he kind of sounded like he was up on the roof and stuff, but now he's watching people go up on the roof, you know what I'm saying? Kind of cool how I picked up on that or whatever. But now we're going to track 4, Be Yourself. This track's kind of short. It's only 1 minute, 27 seconds. There's a couple tracks here that are 1 minute long. So we're going to just do, those kind of quickly. I don't know how much substance they're going to have. But we're going to go to track 4, Be Yourself. Track 4, Be Yourself.
Someone else. Be yourself and know that that's good enough. Don't try to be someone else. Don't try to be like someone else.
What the? Okay. Be Yourself sounds like every single mom that is about to send their kid to college ever, right? Like that. She was talking not like, oh, marijuana's addictive. Listen, mom, listen. Marijuana is not addictive. There are no addictive properties to marijuana. Your son speaking. This has been a public service announcement by TKD123. No, but Be Yourself. Okay, so the first half I was definitely on board with, not trying to be somebody else, not trying to copy paste yourself, trying to, be your own person, by being yourself, that's good enough. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to emulate another person, not trying, to be somebody that you're not, morally, or like, belief wise, you know what I'm saying? But then it goes on to the drug stuff and like marijuana is not addictive. But I understand. I don't know. I just find it kind of funny. All right, you know what? Funny track. It was a funny interlude. We're going to track 5 solo. Track 5 solo.
Jacket and hit a solo one time. We too loud in public, them police turned down a function. Now we outside and the time is perfect. Forgot to tell you, gotta tell you how much I
Solo. So basically in the beginning of the song, he starts off by disregarding Be Yourself and all of the stuff that his mother told him to do, saying that, oh, like, you know, I feel crazy off the acid. I was playing, you know, live music with my friends, and then the cops came. Some stuff like that. I found that funny. I found it funny because, you know, we all do that. You know what I'm saying? Not acid. I'm not saying acid. I'm saying, you know, we tend to, you know, do the stuff that we were told not to do. Just, you know. But this song sounds a lot like a Chance the Rapper song. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the vibes I got from this song, was that like it definitely sounded like maybe Chance produced it, or he probably wasn't even involved, but it does sound like a Chance song to me personally. And it is one of his best performances vocally. You know, he did insanely good in this track, especially, you know, after during his parts in the chorus, you know what I'm saying? Like at the end when he was kind of going off the beat and going, you know, his little melody, Jesus. He sounded great. So that was, you know, a pretty good song. I wouldn't feel like it's my highlight so far. I just felt like it was kind of a song that kind of left me wanting more, you know, all the song, just kind of one of those things. But I definitely did enjoy it. Now we're going to Skyline To. Skyline To.
So, wanna film a tape on a speedboat?
We smell of Californication.
Everything grows in the Congo. Everything grows.
That song is beautiful, man. Now, one thing that I would say about the song that I love is the production of how they did the song, right? So if you listen to it on headphones, you won't hear this if you're listening to it, you know, like on the speaker or in the car. But if you listen to it on headphones, or maybe you might in the car, but with the headphones in the beginning, the guitar that's playing throughout the whole song is on the left side, and then Frank Ocean's kind of talking in the middle, and then a little bit afterwards the drums start to come in, and that's in the right side. It was just, I like how they did that. It kind of brought you into the song. It felt you know, that you were a part of this. You were. It's almost as if like Frank Ocean was like telling you a story. You know, it was like it was you were a part of the song. Right? It was beautiful. And again, he does talk about in this. He has that same notion about, you know, being matured. You know, that's just what I got out of it. Like he talks a lot about like, you know, there's a line where he says not every day is as long as it was back in July, like in the summer. You know, so that's again kind of, you know, pointing out that Frank Ocean, you know, is a more matured person than he was back in Channel Orange. You know what I'm saying? Like it's him dealing with maturing, you know, as a person. So I definitely, you know, love it. I love this tone so far on the album, and I love just how this song it was a beautiful song, you know, and a beautiful instrumental. The instrumental was, you know, it was like living and breathing. You know, it was like, it was adapting and changing as Frank Ocean was changing his, you know, singing ability in the song. I loved it. Really, really great track. That's one of my favorites so far. Now we're going to track 7, Self-Control. Track 7, Self-Control.
Wet dreams tonight. Noses on a rail. Little virgin, where's the white?
Self-Control. Now this is the second track really that has got me kind of not knowing what to think of this track, right? It's not that these tracks are bad, guys. I'm not saying these tracks are bad. They're not bad. They're really good songs. They're really, really good songs. Frank Ocean sounds great in this track, you know, especially this one. He sounds beautiful, right? But it's just, I don't know what to say about this song. I don't know. Like he, you know, I guess, you know, when we're pertaining to the title of the song, Self-Control, he talks about, you know, kind of feeling like, oh, this one girl made him lose his self control, and he tried to, control her in a way. So I guess there's kind of some sort of sense of damage that's been dealt, and him trying to, stomach that, and him trying to, come to terms with that is, I guess, is what he's going for in the song. Kind of showing the effects, I guess, of him maturing is what, I would kind of guess. But at the same time, this is the, second track I've had where I've just been like, I don't know what to think of this song. And not that, not really know what to think, but I don't know what to say about this song. Like, this song is so abstract and so, confusing in a way, but it's so good at the same time, But now we're just gonna go on to track 8, Good Guy. Track 8, Good Guy. Another 1 minute track, so we're just gonna go on to that. So here goes Good Guy.
First time I ever saw you, you text nothing like you look.
Good Guy. All right, so Good Guy kind of talks about it's one of those short interludes. It's a very, very short song, 20 minutes 7 seconds. But the thing that's really the highlight at the end, where they were like, I'll get to that. But first off, in the beginning of the song, he is talking about how he's texting this girl, but then when he meets him in person, she doesn't look like how she texts, and that's a common thing, guys. Tell me you've never had that. Tell me. Go ahead, tell me in the comments. Exactly. Anyway, so that, and also he talks about how, while, he was texting her, then as opposed to him being with her in real life, he figures out that, that she is a very outgoing and talkative person, and, he's really not, so that's something that maybe he, that's just the little things that you pick up, while, exploring your time with another person. You know what I'm saying? That's something that is very relatable. But also, the thing that caught my eye was at the end of the song when it's some guy. I don't know if it's Frank. I don't think it's Frank because it didn't sound like him. But it was some other person, and he was talking about how oh yeah, I don't really give no mind to other girls just because so and so broke my heart so bad. She broke my heart, and so that is another kind of serious thing that I wish he kind of highlighted, you know what I'm saying, was that yeah, that's a real thing, you know what I'm saying, moving on after you go through heartbreak like that, you know what I'm saying, moving on from that, you don't look at people the same way, you know what I'm saying, you almost feel like you're a target, you know what I'm saying, that you have to put your guard up, put your shield up 24/7, that's with anybody, that is a very, that just, was that was a good one. But now we're going to track 9, Nights. Track 9, Nights.
Hope you're doing well, bruh. Everybody needs you. Everybody needs you. Ooh, 90.
Nights. I like this song. This is for sure one of the highlights. Now, the instrumental, I love it, okay? And this song's kind of split into 2 different songs, okay? So, the first half of the instrumental, it's good. It's a very, very well-crafted instrumental, right? But then there's this point in kind of the 3-minute mark where it changes up. It gets a little weird, right? It gets really, really obtuse, really weird, really obstructive, and it's really a, whoa, what? And then it transitions to a better instrumental than the first one. That second instrumental is, that's godly. God, it's so good. But the title fits the song, I'd say, and in a lot of ways, right? And this song, I feel like he's very much venting about a lot of things. He's very much venting about how he feels like people need him, and people need him to drop albums in a corrective time. Anyway, he feels like he kind of, I would describe it, he feels like he's getting pulled in many directions. You know what I'm saying? He just needs he needs to. He just doesn't like that pressure. As basically what I got. Maybe you guys might get something different from the song, but that's personally what I got from the song. And how the title fits with the track is that it just this track very much sounds specifically like a drive home track. Very, very much sounds like exclusively you're driving home from something, driving home from a party, a friend's house, a girlfriend's house, a college campus, whatever you are, driving home, this is definitely the song that's like a yes, this is it. You know what I'm saying? It definitely much sounds like that. And yeah, I love the instrumentals throughout this track. It was a great track. We're gonna go on the track 10, solo reprise. Track 10, solo reprise, which is I think it is, yeah. Because it's a playoff of track 5, I believe, which was solo. This is going to be the reprise version or whatever. So we're going to check that out. Track 10, right now.
This shot by the popo, it ain't an event. No more solo, that no more high horses so hard to wear polo. When I do, I cut the pony off. Now there's a hole that once was a logo. How fitting, solo that I can give a fuck about what is trending. Trying to
Solo. Andre 3000, reps up. Good job. I wish it was longer. That's kind of one of the things. I wish that, if you're going to put Andre 3000 on a track, come on, you got to give him a little bit more time than a minute 19, you know what I'm saying? I understand it was, a sort of a interlude type of track, but man, that would have been cool to hear, a whole, track with that. And he sounded pretty heavy in that track. There was some points where it sounded like it was about to go off the beat, and go off the hinges, but yeah, pretty good 1 minute 19 song. There's not much to say about it. Andre 3000 reps up. Good stuff. Now we're going to track 11. Pretty sweet. Track 11. Pretty sweet.
What you need? What is it you wanna keep me don't let me down.
Pretty sweet. Now this is again kind of like Nike's in the first track of this album. I just wish that he didn't use so many effects and synthesizers and all these, I just wish that it was just his raw voice. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what we all why we all like Frank Ocean. You know what I'm saying? Especially going from Nostalgia Ultra to Channel Orange. It was his ability to naturally portray his voice and naturally sing at a high, unexpected level. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like we all love Frank Ocean for. And I just feel like there were a lot of times in this track not this track, but this album, where he covers up that voice with things that are artificial, things that, he's hiding his natural talent with artificial stuff that doesn't need to be there. You know what I'm saying? But again, at the same time, as I ponder this track and as I ponder the whole album as a whole, I feel like there is a necessary reason for this. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, there's a reason to everything going in the album, going into, how it's ordered, the titles of the songs, what the pace is. I feel like there's always something that the artist is trying to portray when they create an album, and you have to pay attention to every single detail to catch what they are trying to portray. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there is a specific reason to these auto-tunings and a reason for these effects that he was putting on onto his voice, but I just probably have not, I feel like, this album is very complex. And I've heard that from a lot of people that I trust, on Twitter or just people talking, in my friend circles, that this album it takes time. It takes time to kind of stir up in you, and then at a certain point you fully grasp this project, and that's what I'm kind of feeling from this album right now. I feel like I need a lot more time to dwell on it. You know what I'm saying? I need a lot more time to sit on this, listen to it, and kind of understand, what it's saying. Because Channel Orange was kind of the same way, too, in that manner. Channel Orange was very much a deeper album than what it was. You know what I'm saying? There were some people that just took each song individually, but if you listen to it in a cohesive manner and listen to the whole thing, it is a way different album than what usually people think it is. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is just the same era. I think that's just how Frank Ocean is. But now we're just going to go into track 12, Facebook Story. Track 12, Facebook Story.
She started to be crazy. She thought that because I didn't accept her, she thought I was cheating. She told me all
right, what do I think about that? Facebook Story. Your wife's crazy, number one. Your wife is crazy. You gotta leave her. I'm sorry. Listen, he had a good point. Listen. He had a good point. He's with her all the time. He lives with her. There is no reason for you to add her on Facebook. And to accuse this man of cheating on you because he won't add you on Facebook is childish and a sin, and it should be chastised to the dungeon. There should be a dungeon built specifically for this woman. She should be blocked off of Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. By the way, speaking of those four, in my description, you can follow me on there. A random plug. But that was cool. I like that. I like that. I don't know why I like that so much. I don't know why I like that interlude so much. I don't know. I found it interesting. That was good. Check that one. You guys, if anything, check that one out. Check out that interlude. That was a good one. Now we're going to the next interlude, Close to You. Track 13, Close to You.
Let my mind run underneath oranges.
Okay, I feel like out of this whole project, Close to You is definitely the best sounding interlude, and it's definitely and it is our last interlude of this album, Blonde. But I like that interlude a lot. It sounded good. And again, he's back with his auto tuning, but I really feel like there's something deeper to analyze with the auto tuning. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I shouldn't be criticizing, the auto tuning, because I feel like there is a reason for it. There is a intended reason for this auto tuning. And I feel like that's something that I have to, still dwell on and still, figure out, for myself, right? Just me personally. But in this song, he sounds like he's in a lot of pain. And just about what it kind of sounds like is that maybe he left her, and then he's like, man, at first I didn't really care, but I wish he would still have been there through this struggle. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know exactly what it is, but that's just kind of what it sounds like to me, or just to me personally. But I like that song. I like it. It was a good interlude. It wasn't the best, but pretty good interlude. We're going on to White Ferrari, track 14, White Ferrari.
Mine on the road, your dilated eyes, watch the clouds float, white Ferrari.
White Ferrari. Throughout this entire track and pretty much throughout this entire album, I've been kind of having this kind of image in my head, right? It's like most albums have a parallel, straight point of view, right? As a straight reasoning, a straight track list that, is understanding of the track before it and track after it. I feel like most albums are created in a straight, cohesive line, right? This track is like this whole album is kind of like a bunch of lines scribbled, and it's not a bad thing. It's really, really not. I'm not trying to bash this album. It's not a bad thing. I just feel like this album is too deep to be understood in one playthrough. That's what I'm trying to get at here. It is way, way too complex. It's way too diverse, way too dynamic for somebody to understand and to appreciate in one listen. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel personally, right? And I feel like a lot of people, including my older sister, we were talking last night about the album. She heard it. I haven't heard it yet, as of last night. It's my first time hearing it. But she was saying that she didn't like it. She was saying that all the songs sounded like, oh, you need to be high to appreciate them. And it kind of just stuck with me. It was like, no, it's not that these songs, need to be high for you to enjoy them. It's just that the songs are just so dynamic that it is difficult to understand in one playthrough. You know what I'm saying? She only heard it once, so, that's the same thing with her too. But this album is just something else. I don't know what's happening to me. I feel like I'm getting, I feel like I'm being talked to in, 4 different languages, but I'm understanding a few things, but not a lot. I feel like I'm in a new country with this album. Now we're going to track 15, Seigfried, or Seigfried. I can't pronounce, guys. I'm sorry. Seigfried. I'm going to say it, Seigfried. I don't know if it's right. But track 15, Seigfried.
In the dark, I do anything for you. In the dark,
Seigfried. The track gave me chills at the end. I definitely love the second half of this track. It sounds very mundane. It's very, man, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Guys, I don't know. I know I'm supposed to be reviewing this album. I know I'm supposed to be, giving you guys my opinion on this album. And I'm trying to do that to the best of my ability in this video. I'm trying. But there is something very, very off and very different with this album. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it kind of just clicked to me. I think I found the intention here. Throughout this album, at least from the first jump to it, I feel sad. I feel confused. And maybe, just maybe, Frank Ocean is such a mastermind that maybe this is his intention. Maybe we are intended to listen to this album from the jump and be a little bit confused and feel a little weird and feel, like you're having an experience. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm having a freaking experience right now. I feel very off right now, ladies and gentlemen. I feel very off, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's the intention here. Just going back to the track Siegfried, I loved it. I feel like that's one of definitely the top one. That's probably my top 3 next to Ivy and probably Skyline To. But Siegfried is definitely a very, very good album. I mean, good track. Sorry about that. But we're going to move on with the confusion, move on with this ride. I'm going to go to track 16, Godspeed. Track 16, Godspeed.
Still, I'll always be there for you. How I do.
Look at this paper, guys. Look at this. See this? See this? Usually, this would be filled with notes about each track. In this album, that's not the case. This is not a note-taking track. I feel like you can't even look at this album objectively. This is not an objective album to look at. You can't look at this album based off of, just in objective terms. This is an album to feel. Okay, this is not a radio album at all. There is no radio hits at all, and this is not what ever was intended for this album. This album is meant to be felt, and it's meant to just reach you in a different way that a lot of albums don't. That's what I feel this album is mainly about. Godspeed. See, guys, I don't know what's wrong with me. Am I the issue? Let me know down in the comments below. If you guys have heard this album, let me know down below. Am I the issue here? Is there something wrong with me? Am I just not looking into it deep enough? Or is this album just that complex? You know what I'm saying? Because I can't tell, Israel. I can't tell. I cannot tell, and it's kind of frustrating me. But it's like I love it, but at the same time I don't understand it, and it's like I want to understand it, so I want to keep listening, but I love it at the same time. And so just because I'm confused and just because I don't understand it, not that I'm gonna give up on it. I don't know, guys. I apologize, I don't know. We're just going to the finale of the track. Track 17, Futura Free, Futura Free, I don't know, whatever, Futura Free, whatever it is. Track 17 is going to be 9 minutes, so I am going to just lay back here for a second, guys, listen to this whole thing, and we'll be back to wrap up our thoughts on Blonde. Track 17, let's go.
Hate on you. I'ma stick around. I'm gonna let my nuts hang, nigga. You got some just like me.
What? What? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know what's to feel. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I do not know. Just something that, I could say objectively about the song is that, there is about a minute pause, like it was in, N/Golden Girls in Channel Orange. There is again, a 1 minute, muteness, lack of sound there in that last track, just like in Channel Orange. But, this album is very complex, guys. This album is very, very complex. If you're a Frank Ocean fan, this is something that is very, very much deeper than what we've ever gotten. And it's going to take me a while to understand this album. I don't understand it fully right now. I really don't. I'm a bit confused. And that's just what it is, guys. That's just what it is. I just dropped my pen. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Do I like it? Yes, I do. Of course I do. I genuinely like it. It's Frank Ocean. I genuinely like it. There's a lot of good songs in this album. There's a lot of good snippets and good parts that I want to hear back again. But just understanding the whole album as a whole is going to take a little bit for me. And I feel like this is going to be something that takes a lot of people, a lot of time to understand fully. So that was my thoughts and my impressions and my review of Frank Ocean's long-awaited Blonde album. If you guys enjoyed the content down below, you can leave a like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, all that good feedback, all that good appreciation for the channel. I really do appreciate all of it. Thank you guys so much. And also down below, let me know what you guys think about this whole album in the comments. Are you guys as confused as me? Let's generally have a conversation down here in the comments below. Also right down there, check out my description, my Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, all that good stuff. You can follow me on there. Thanks for watching, and as always, I got you.